And we're live here on Michelle's Opinions. I'm going to give it a few minutes as people start to filter in the room while I share it around to other people on Facebook and things like that. Enjoy the waterfall. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I know you can't see me right now, but I will be there soon. I promise. Letting everybody know in Discord. I see that a couple of you guys are here already. Awesome. I'm really happy that setting it up and then I was able to just stream. Amazing. How is everybody doing today? Yeah, the waterfall. Can you guys hear the waterfall? Hello. I'm there. Can you hear the sound effect of the waterfall? I can only hear certain things, so I can only hear what I'm saying, but I do think that the waterfall sound does kind of spill through for you guys, so you can hear that. Okay, let's see who we've got in the room. We've got Mel, Seeker, Salted Cedar, Latoya. Hey, Latoya. Boom Boom, sporting a wrench. Mel is sporting a wrench. Glowing's me. Salted Cedar. And I think I missed some people. The Magi, sporting a wrench. Bob. Hey, Bob. How's everybody doing today? I'm getting to know how to use this new software. It's pretty amazing, actually. I like it. I really, really like it. There's a lot we can do with this. Green screen magic. Poof. Yes. Well, today, as you guys know, a lot of you know, there's a lot of content already on my channel about a variety of different topics, of different steps I've made in my journey, and much more will be revealed over time. But I'm trying to get to know people that are subscribing, so that way, I can see where I can improve on clarity and things like that. So, and also want to know what's going on with you guys. I mean, it's really, really important to know what's going on with you guys. At least it is for me. It blesses my heart when I see that other people going through similar things, hearing similar testimonies, Yeah, walk on water. Okay, Magi. Oh my gosh. No, I'm sitting here on the wall with my owl. Magi's sitting right here with me. See? Yeah, my Magi. So, anyways, a lot goes on in this transition period. I got a huge compliment from a close friend of mine on a video I did called "Am I a Christian?" And that was a very honoring thing for him to give me such a compliment. It's warmed my heart. And let's touch on that, you know. let's jump on something controversial right off the bat. You hear Christians talking, and they're waiting for Christ's return. They physically think they're going to be lifted off this earth. They're looking for him. It just reminds me of the state that Israel was in, you know, looking for this specific event or this type of person to appear, and there was the glory of God right there in their midst, and they missed it. Many of us, whether we're Christian background or not, are having those very same aha moments, that, and when we see him, we will be like him. We are actually seeing Christ. We're not waiting for him to come in the sky. We're not that wait, that which only, you know, it's kind of like procrastinating. Like, okay, we clean this, we'll make a big mess here, and then when Christ comes back, he'll clean it all up. So far from the truth, guys. When we realize who and what we are, what we're capable of doing, we can change this place overnight. Because it seems like, okay, in my opinion, we are fractals, okay? We all have the breath of life in us. So with the breath of life that animates our being, we're here to experience things. And as the world goes through different stages, you know, age of Pisces, and we're into the age of Aquarius, we're coming into a time of remembrance. And we're coming into a time of what would be called the golden age. So we're remembering who we are. And when we see Christ, we will be like Christ. And as you go through this transformation period, I see people that they're glowing, they're looking younger, they're getting healthier, and you know, and it doesn't matter what culture they're from. None of that matters. If Christ is the one who nailed the law to the cross, wouldn't that be like the biggest rebel? Wouldn't he be the one that is trying to set people free from bondage? And that's what I see that is in common with a lot of people that are going through this very transition, is they're trying to get people set free in their mind. It's a mind thing that, you know, we are stuck in. And it is a renewing of our mind. It is a repentance, because everything we thought we knew ended up being, for me at least, backwards. I thought the outside world affected me. Come to find out, I affect the outside world. How backwards is that, guys? What do you guys think? Hi, Joanna Williams. Hey, Lenny. Hi, I'm going to butcher your name again. Preliminal. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But do you see where it is an actual renewing of our mind? That we are actually going through a process of learning who and what we are, and who and what we are to each other. And it's a beautiful thing. It's an absolutely beautiful thing. I wanted to talk today about, I've been doing a series on dreams, and I'm actually making a playlist on that. But I also did some videos called Dreamworkers. And let me get my notes on that, because I did take notes when I made that Dreamworker series of videos for you guys. And yeah, here we go. The symptoms of a dream worker, okay? And you know what? You can have one or two of these, or you can have all of these. You know, there's no pattern, there's no order to it either. So don't think that, that's one thing that I've learned is the hierarchy is nonsense. That is a delusion. That is the beast system that is talked about in the Bible. That is the number of man. It's 666. That is the number of man, all mankind. Okay, we're coming from that 666 and going into that 888 or 999. And, just it's probably 999 as everything is upside down. We're thinking we're 666, which is flawed and less than man and damaged, okay? But the truth is we're 999. We're infinite. We're perfect. We're wonderfully made. We are, creating what is going on around us. We have those very abilities within each and every one of us. Okay, dream workers. Some of the symptoms, I'm confused about why we are in this form of life. This form of life, I'll address that first because I do want to get to know, people and see and interact, with people. We're in this form of life to experience, okay? We come in, and this is, in my opinion, that we come in to remember to forget. So we go deep into the game and forget all about everything. And I have to say, there's a possibility that when we're babies and children, that we do know that there's nothing here that can hurt us. Because babies do some crazy stuff. It's us parents that get worried and scared for them. Okay. But then we start putting them into school, and now they want us them in preschool, and now, babies are watching Sesame Street and learning and everything. And we're indoctrinating our children earlier and earlier. But, and in that indoctrination, I call it programming. We are programmed, and we believe that the outside world affects us, when actually we're creating the outside world so we can have an authentic experience. I know that since I've been on this journey of transformation, I look at everything differently now. And I see it as such a beautiful, magical, wonderful place to be. Limitless potential. We are absolutely limitless. And I'm really happy to see that there are so many other people that are waking up to this very knowledge of who and what they are. Did that answer your question on the I'm confused about why we're in this life form? We're a beautiful life form. I mean, we can think, we've got touch, taste, sight, smell, hearing. We have emotions. Our hearts are, my gosh, we are very, very wonderfully made. Of all the creatures on the earth, we are, I have to say, we're at the top. You think about that pyramid, that all-seeing eye. Well, that's each and every single one of us, as each and every single one of us. You take that all-seeing eye, okay, which would be one of us, okay, the collective one, which is actually all of us, and you flip it upside down, and you've got the base population, okay, that's all of us fractaled out with the breath of life, and then it trickles down into the one, and at our core, at our very essence, we are all connected. We're all in this together. So we're able to have colorful different personalities. We're able to interact with one another, have conversations, love one another, make good friendships, explore this place, see wonderful things, and have these unique individual experiences But when you boil us all down to what we are, our true essence and what we are all one. We're all one. So when you see that all-seeing eye, it's like the symbolism and the signs are all around us, guys. We just have to learn how to discern them, and instead of using fear, use love. So, okay, I'm going to talk about the symptoms of a dream worker. Okay, listen, I'm like you, and you are me, and we are all together. Helter Skelter. Well, yeah, I don't agree with what happened with the Tate family and all of that. But actually, to tell you that you're synchronicity me there, Lenny. My husband says that he's been reading about Charles Manson, and the things that he was saying, the understandings that he had, were these very profound things that were understanding. It ended up, though, becoming a cult following. His ego got in the way, and things kind of went loopy. All right, and I don't know if he thought it would be a good idea to try to, destroy those that are in movies or whatever, or I don't really know where his motivations were, that he thought he needed to act out in the physical. All that means to me is that he was on the right track, but he didn't finish out the journey to pop out the other side. He got lost in the darkness, so... But that's an interesting similarity, because my husband was just talking about the things that Charlie Manson's talking about, and then Lenny brings it up. Okay, all right. Let's see what do we experience here that we cannot experience in spirit dimension reality? It seems too chaotic and hectic. Actually, when you're in spirit form, you're without shape and form. Your energy, you're in your light body. I'm not going to tell you that I know everything, because I don't know everything. But we're in these avatars for a reason. There's a reason these are called our temples, and I think that's because of the senses that we have in order to have an authentic experience. But anything that I say, use discernment, use prayer, use meditation, because there's nothing that I'm revealing that is not already inside of you. Knock, seek, be kind to yourself, be patient with yourself. Every answer is within you. So, with that said, okay, now symptoms of a dream worker. Ladies, kind of, cult leader personalities are misrepresented to the public. Just learning about the Unabomber at Harvard grad. Interesting. Okay. I'd like to talk to you about that, Lenny, a little later if you're available. Because, like I said, my husband has an interest, and so since, you brought up Manson, he brought up Manson, and we'll definitely want to talk to you about that, what you've discovered. Because that's what I'm talking about, guys. Together, we all have things in common. If we just get rid of those things that are supposedly dividing us, which are filters in our mind, we all have so much more in common than we will ever have that separates us. And that's part of what makes this place fun, unique, and to experience things, is when we share things that we know, so we can learn and we can grow. So, that's why we're not all automatons. That's why we're not all like robots, knowing the same thing, talking the same things. Because that would be boring. I don't, So that the part of our experience here, and that's one thing, I'll tell you. When I look around now, I see the divine, just how perfect this place is made. Oh my gosh, for 7 billion people to be having unique experiences, manifesting, walking through. Wow. Think about that, It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Okay. Symptoms of a dream worker. They'll be tired when they wake up. You'll feel like you were working all night long, and and you'll actually wake up exhausted because you've been working all night long. Okay, and remember, I've done videos on this. I'm just bringing this stuff up so we can like talk about it. Okay, number 2, you feel like you just got off work, but in a good way. You feel like you've gotten things accomplished. You know, you may be tired and groggy the next day, but you feel lighter, or you could feel heavier. It depends on the work that you were doing. And while we're asleep, you know, we let go of all these filters and boundaries that we have in our day-to-day life of judging, this is good, this is bad, you know, and then the teachings or the spiritual, you know, when I just know from my own testimony, I was seeking for the truth no matter where it took me with my whole heart. And I was crying out to Christ because of that's what I was brought up with. That's all that I knew. And I got answered. And it hasn't been an easy journey. But see, and I'm still on it because there's still, you know, there's filters, you know, and they talk about the wheats and the tare, and let them grow up together, whether you'll damage the wheat. Now all those little tares are like getting pulled out one by one, and makes a huge difference, because the more those tares get pulled out, the clearer my thinking has become. I mean, it's just amazing, and plus the amazing people that I know. Oh my gosh. Wow, that brings me hope every single day, just to watch us grow in cohesion and how we treat each other. And I wanted to say, you guys, Boom has a wrench, and I want to tell you guys something. I'm going to tell you a little story here. I trust her. I haven't, you know, each and every one of us started somewhere, okay? And I'm going to say, she is not the same person, and people need to realize, you know, it even says in the Bible that we're to forgive people 7 times 70 a day. And so the Boom has a wrench, and I'm sure that she is mature enough to handle it, and I appreciate you, Boom, more than you know. Yes, the waterfall putting you into a meditative state. I'm thinking about making a video just for Melbell for her Amber's meditations, if she likes it. Can you guys hear the water? Can you hear the water coming through? Because I can't. I can only hear what's coming through my mic. I'm just going to call you Pri since I butcher your name all the time. Look, honey, it's a process, and, you know, you'll be okay. In case somebody's watching this later, said, I've been feeling no identity, bewildered and stuck, praying and waiting, not certain which way to go. All of us go through that. You are not in a foreign place. That is pretty common with a lot of us. We do end up in that, oh my gosh, which way is up? Like I said, my whole world seemed upside down and inverted. So imagine my confusion. So it's just part of it. So you can hear the water. Wonderful. Okay. Number 3. Okay. You get an inner knowing that something is going on. Because as I've moved along in this, anything that I'm looking for now, I don't need to seek outside of me. Within is where all the answers are. If all the answers are within me, they're within you too. So don't worry about, you know, the many voices. That's one thing I wanted to talk about. You know, when you first have your aha moment, or you start this journey, or, you know, you start seeking for the truth and having a hunger for the truth, you'll hear it's like a still small voice within you, okay? And all the voices around you outside which is what you're used to hearing, are louder, and, you know, you can get tossed all around with that. It takes a little time for that inner voice, for the information that is in you to spring up and for it to take roots, kind of like tuning your antenna to hear yourself better, because the truth is buried in you. As the Christians would call it, the pearl of great price. I found that pearl of great price, and I'm not giving it up. Okay. Okay, yeah, and I talked about my friends glowing and stuff. You start feeling healthier, and you start looking younger. I see people looking younger. I see people, their health is improving. It's just amazing. I have a testimony on that, and that I'm going to have my husband help me record to show you guys where I was at. Actually, I have a friend that she's in the room. She's probably being quiet, but she met me in 2009, and from in 2009 when she met me to where I'm at now, it's like completely different. Totally, completely different. You know, I was on a cane. I was over 200 pounds, and yeah, it happened. That's all true. Okay. Number 5, you drop wisdom. And you know, okay, you drop wisdom in your mind. You wonder where it came from. So, like, you'll be having a conversation with somebody, and all of a sudden, these profound words come out of your mouth, and you're like, "What? Where did I get that?" Well, you're cracking open, you're lining up, and all of the information that's been buried in you is coming up and out of your mouth. It's amazing, guys. I mean, these are, you know, things that, you know, will start happening in your life because this work is being done to you in your sleep. You know, that's the scripture also talks about that we're taught in our sleep. You know, because that's the best time for us to learn, because we're totally at peace, and then the spiritual can work on us without us placing judgments. And you know, some of them, okay, back in 2001 I started having dreams and visions, and the doctor diagnosed me with night terrors and gave me a pill and said, "Here, this will take them away." Well, then in 2012 I was still taking those pills, and it was like, bam, no, you had an 11-year break, forget it, time to wake up. So don't think that the spirit can't break through anything here. And also, you know, when Case from Everyday Masters said something that resonated so true with me, is that there's nothing here that can hurt us. The only reason anything here can hurt us is because we think it can. Oh, no, you're a sweetie. I love you so much. I'm not going to read that out loud, but thank you. Thank you. Have I got a sore throat? No. Am I coming across the little bunny on the mic? I'm using my new mic, and it's set over here, even though I'm talking forward. I can set it in front of me if you guys think it'll help. I just probably sound different with the mic. I did turn down. Oh, I just hit my elbow. Now my elbow hurts. My throat doesn't hurt. Let's see. Is that better? I met 007 on his channel. Dead GPK shared it with me. Wow, that guy's amazing. He had a eye-opening experience, and he is just loving life right now, and oh my gosh, it's so exciting. Okay, all right. Number 6, you see things changing around you. Mandela. And you're like, what? Or like on Mel's Table Talk, that lady was talking about the plane flying, and boop, stops, just sitting there, and she's like, what? Why isn't it just dropping to the ground? It's just hovering there. So yeah, weird stuff like that happens, but it's okay, because you're not going crazy. It's a process. So, I know a lot of us, we don't tell our families and stuff what's going on because they'll be like, yeah, we know what you're talking about. We appreciate that. As they're calling 911 and they're coming with the straitjacket and they're telling you how much they love you and they believe you as you're being let off to your padded room. So, this is a process that we go through, and you do feel like you're losing your mind because, like I said, everything was so backwards. I was like, what the frick? But I'll tell you what, guys, with the information that I know now that is resonating in me and the understanding I'm getting here, and then the things that are manifesting around me in my health and around my life, I'm kicking myself for not knowing this earlier. But it's okay though, because with the experiences I had with forgetting, to remember who I am, they help me to grow, to expand, and to have gratitude for the abundance. I have gratitude for other people. I have gratitude in every single person, no matter what the experience was. I learned, I expanded, and there's no labels here. I can't say, ooh, that was a good experience, ooh, that was a bad experience. It was an experience, period. And from any experience, we expand, we grow. So, I was kicking myself for a while, saying, man, I wish I knew this earlier. But, there's so much that I got out of when I didn't know. It's like in the game of life, you get so lost in it, and you appreciate things so much more. It's so real, it's so authentic. And then that's why when I look around at the design of this place, how perfect it is for each and every one of us to come and have this experience, and also for each and every one of us to have our aha moment and become the programmer instead of being programmed. Yeah, it's like that, guys. You guys have any questions? Wow, glowing. She said she made the sun come out today when it was supposed to be raining. Wow. Oh, really, Boom? Oh, don't make me regret this. I could kick myself, huh? She's sticking her tongue out at me. Okay, where was I? Oh, we just touched on this. Okay. Now, I'm skipping down one. Okay. Number 7, you search out others going through the same thing. I did find that, in 2012 when this started happening, I did seek out others. And watch my video called Harsh Taskmasters. I met a lot of those. I didn't meet a lot of the people that I'm talking and chatting with now. I met a lot of people that would say that they were connected, but then they were still teaching law, righteousness, perfection, not seeing that we're perfect already. And so I sought them out, so that was in my error. But what I am enjoying seeing is that there's so many more people that are now talking about this, and so the awareness is coming to us in it. The fruit, that tree is bearing a lot of fruit, and it just makes me really, really happy. Okay, number 8 is you question your own sanity. And you do. I did. I don't know if you do, but I did. I questioned whether I was just going nuts. But don't worry, guys. You get through that part too. So you're not crazy if this is going on with you. That's a delusion. To even label mental illnesses and all that, it's an error in thinking, so when that oppressor gets lifted off, and you get clarity of sight, we see through the glass darkly, and over time, they get more and more where you can see better, or some people call it the veil. The veil is thinning, lifting, peeking around the veil. Sometimes we peek around the veil and we come back and some people will talk it like call it 5D, 3D. So you pop over, you're walking in 5D, and then something happens, and then you'll go down to 3D, but then you pop back up to 5D, and it's just amazing. It's just an amazing thing. So and if you're having a 3D experience and you're engulfed in it, that's okay. The one thing that I've been able to let go of is judgments on other people. I see the beauty in everything because, wow. And I'm not going to say there's not a God. There is definitely intelligent design. Anywhere you look, any perspective that we look at what's going on here, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. At least it was a clean joke. Oh, okay. Kick myself. Thanks. Okay. Number 9, you start wanting to, dig really deep into investigations. Myself, I started digging into holy books. For my husband, he was looking into the, what's his name? The guy that said that he was. He did the Sumerian tablets. He said that he could read them, and oh my God, help me out, chat. What's that guy's name that was talking about aliens and yeah, I know Melville would know. But anyway, he went the alien route, and I went holy book route. So, Sitchin, yes, Sitchin, that's it. Thank you, Banchai. Okay, number 10. You begin to become aware that life is not exactly what you thought. It is a total renewing of our mind. And realize, these are symptoms of a dream worker that I'm listing out here. These things are happening in our sleep. This work is being done, and it's amazing. And, when your heart is into it and you're going after that truth, no matter what the cost, the Bible says we live by faith and not by sight. So if you look around at the world and you're like, I turn the news off. It's called a news program, right? Think about program. So television is telling a vision. A lot of people call it television. But, if you're watching a good movie, they're telling a vision. So, there's nothing wrong with that. But when it's called a news program or programming, just be careful of that word. Realize what I'm trying to do here is deprogram people, set them free, loosen the bondage up, allowing you to rise up, be the authentic you, know who and what you are, and that you're perfect already. You don't need to worry about things so much. You just don't. And once the things start going right here in your heart, and it'll start manifesting around you. It's a natural thing. It'll become our way. It'll become the natural way of the way things are going to flow. When somebody tells you there's lack, don't consent to that. Create for yourself plenty, and plenty for everybody. Aliens, intradimensional gods, and consciousness. Yes. You can see them from all those different angles. Okay, glowing. I woke up one day with wet/damp hair all the way down to the end. When it was long, I must have visited a water world at night. I had a dream where they were shampooing my hair. It was odd. I was like, they were like shampooing my hair and putting these like rose oils and stuff in there. It was a trip. Wonder if you had that same thing. Maybe I slept long enough after that my hair dried. Okay, those were the symptoms. Now I've got a list on, are you a dream worker? How are we on time? Are we under we're under an hour. Okay. How many people we got in the room? Wow, there's 12 of you. Wow. Cool. Okay, hold on a second, guys. Where'd I go? It disappeared. Maybe you got him. Okay. I'm back. Hi. I love it. I love being able to teleport. I ran over, got my cigarettes, I teleported back. Okay. Are you a dream worker? Number one, you dream you're at your job, okay? We talked about that on the symptoms. Number two, vivid dreams of future events. You will actually, and I've had this happen many times, I will dream about something and then I'll wake up, I'll tell my husband about it, and then we'll walk through it and we're like, oh my gosh. Now, like I said, I'm going to remind you guys, I am doing a sequence on the different types of dreams. And in the beginning, I have to say that even though I was having prophetic dreams, and this is where it can get confusing, I was also having like extinction level event dreams, rapture dreams, and things like that. But what was being shown there was the state that I was in. That's where I was at. And so that shows that there's a lot of work that needed to be done within me to get things sorted out. So I actually just today was talking about my husband, reminding him of a dream that I had. I don't mean to bird walk, but I just want to share this with you guys. It was a dream that I had. I was in like a courtroom setting. But think of like how tall the bleacher stands are in like a sports stadium, okay? But it's like a courtroom setting. Everybody was wearing white robes, and then there's the first row, and it went up, several layers, right? And then I walked all the way up, and there was this desk. There was a desk at every level for you to like check in at, okay? And I got up to the top, where I was to check in, and I thought like jury duty but everybody was in white, and there was a lot of people there. They told me that I was done. I was no longer needed there. Well, hindsight's always 20/20. That was showing me that I was going through my white throne judgment period, where I was busy judging all things, trying to be super holy, trying to live by other people's definitions of holy, okay? And that's where we're in error. That's an error in thinking. You are already whole. You're already holy. You're already perfect. You're wonderfully made. Only things that we've got going on now is a little confusion going on our identity. It's in our head. It's in our head. Okay. Vivid dreams of future events, and that's prophetic, or others would call it remote viewing. You feel like you're flying or gliding. I have so many dreams where I'm flying, and I have other dreams where I'm gliding, or I feel like I'm on roller skates, just kind of booking it on through. When I was young, I loved to skate. I was a pretty good skater. I just loved it. And I have the dream, and that's what it feels like. It's like I'm gliding along. I'm gliding along. Or flying. I love it when I'm flying. I don't fly as much as I glide, but who knows? I could start. I could start flying more, but I do like the gliding too. Don't get me wrong. Okay. You can have sleep paralysis, or feel strong energies. I've had this happen many times. I've shared it with my friends. And I did just do one in the dream sequence called, you know, in the title is Aliens. And if we have injuries or health issues that we think that we have, we could be having dreams that aliens are taking us and we're getting worked on, or that you're in a hospital or something, and you're being worked on. It just means that, you know, you're being physically worked on, and they're trying to show you you're being physically worked on to clear the clog in your head, to stop manifesting that onto your body. So that's my understanding on what that means at this point. But, you know, every day that goes by, I learn something new and grow from it, and it's just amazing. Okay, you walk around your house out of your body. I do that all the time. I did it so often that, you know, I figured out to go to a light switch. And if I can't turn the light switch on, I know I'm out roaming around outside of my body. So while we're sleeping, you know, our physical body is sleeping, our spirit is at work. So that's just a way of letting us know that while we're sleeping, we're working by having an out-of-body experience, or some people call it astral projecting, or it means that, you know, that even though our physical body is resting, our spirit is not. There's no, our spirit doesn't need rest. It doesn't. It's an infinite. It's infinite, and it doesn't need rest. Okay. You gain wisdom and knowledge without looking it up. Yeah, you'll wake up the next day and you'll know something, and you're like, well, how did I know that? Well, I didn't study that, but you know it. Yeah, that's the spirit working there. Okay, receive messages clearly in your sleep. Yeah, I talked about that. The filters that we have in our head during our daytime, you know, those are removed while we're asleep. We're a little more, we don't have the judgments, and, you know, we're relaxed, and sometimes we'll you know, get scared and wake ourselves up, but we do generally, things can get through to us much easier when we're asleep than trying to talk to somebody when they're awake, and trying to tell them this information, especially if they're, you know, got their heels dug in, waiting for a rapture, or think there's going to be some kind of event, or, you know, and they're just dug into those programs, those indoctrinations. I think of the word, and this is not to be disrespectful. Okay, Christ called it good news. Okay, it's now called the gospel. And then, you know, I like to do a little wordplay. The God spell. What do you guys think? Oh, I hope I didn't step on anybody's toes. Okay. Receive messages clearly in your sleep. Yeah, you see the differences in your life around you, and that's, I gave you guys testimony about that. It's like what's going on in here is reflecting all around. It's amazing. Okay. You see the world is upside down or inverted. I talked about that earlier. And you become more heart-centered. Your heart cracks wide open, and then your mind gets lined up with it, and then it's like this constant fountain of living water just coming up and out and just surrounding you. You're creating what is going on around you. So that's what I have on Dreamworker. And I have to say, guys, everybody, every single one of us is a dream worker. Every single one of us has the breath of life given to us by God himself, herself, or itself. So, you know, if you're worried about, you know, if you're holy enough, if you're not, you know, if you're good enough, it seems like as we pop out the other side, you know, people talk about, well, the thieves and the murderers, and okay, when you pop out the other side, the last thing you want to do is hurt another. because you see the divinity in them. When you look in their eyes, you see the unlimited potential as an equal. And so if you want to murder somebody, you've got something in yourself that you do not like. You hate yourself. Because if you're murdering other people or hurting other people, it's an error in what you think of yourself. You just think of everybody as a reflection of you. So if everybody's a reflection of you and you're doing horrible things to them, you're doing horrible things to yourself. And that is a tool that I'm trying to give you. If you don't want something done to you, don't do it to somebody else. And if you do it to somebody else, realize you just did it to yourself. That's karma. Okay, Seeker. I only remember 2 dreams in the last 2 years. Both had alien technology in them. Yeah, you know, it seem like the technology that, and how fast we're growing in the technology. I mean, even from when I was a kid to where we're at now, it seems alien and foreign, and, you know, who knows what they're working on, you know, in the back scenes and for military purposes and stuff, how advanced they are. But just realize this, guys. Soon it's all going to be available to everybody, you know. I watched, I don't know if you guys know him, Jeff Dunham. He has the marionettes. He's hilarious. We saw him live when he came through here. He has one of those 3D printers, man. And so he puts in what he wants and it prints it up and makes it. Yeah, I want one of those. Now, it's just like everything. When the microwave first came out, they were, you know, hugely expensive. And now what? You can get a good microwave for like 30 bucks. Same with those big screen TVs, those plasma TVs. They were thousands of dollars. Now you can go get one for a couple $100. So, you know, yeah, just realize it's going to be available to everybody. Everybody will be able to afford everything. Because, you know, that's another thing that I can see in the future going away is the monetary system. Because as we see each other as equals and realize the very divine in each and every single one of us, then why are we going to think there's going to be a need for money? When your heart, you want for everybody to have, you know, their basic needs. You want everybody fed, clothed, and with shelter. But not only that, you want them to have what they want. And as you see people finding what their passion is, and then they're going for it, I mean, wow. It's amazing, guys. And the people that are doing things that are from their heart and with their passion, they don't need money as a reward. We're in this system now, but I can see us coming out of it. Does that make sense to you guys? Not easy to troll. I actually gave you know, one of my mods heads up about you, Bob. I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I'm gonna have the boom bang. Really? You guys have any questions? Yes, be respectful. This beautiful discussion. Are they misbehaving in there? Do I need to scroll back up and read what's going on? You're working on your shill? Well, don't troll here. Let me go back and see what happened. Okay, I'm going to read Glowing's comment. And we do work there. Just before I woke to Mandela, I asked for more to this world. Had an energetic dream where we sang Earth's song and healed it as a collective of beings. Yes, that was real. Yes, yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. In our hearts, we want everybody to have everything they need and everything that they want. So, you know, when people worry about you know, murderers and thieves, and they bring up those kind of that, you know, I would call that a 3D worry. Somebody that still is not quite sure on who they are yet. They haven't had their aha moment, but they're coming. I mean, we're in this together. No matter what's going on with each of us individually, we are all in this together. And I do think that the more of us that wake up and become self-aware, it'll just automatically just start happening with other people. It already is. I mean, like I said, I was at home. I wasn't in a church. I was at home when all this started manifesting. It's amazing. Bob, you guys be careful of Bob Bant in the stream. He likes to noodle around in people's brains. He realizes that the oneness that we are, and he kind of hops in and out of people's brains. So make sure you put your shield up. Maybe put a hat on. You know, put a Bob Band hat on so he can't get in there and mess with your mind. We love the fish in the... There's no fish in the water. Oh, I wanted to say, Mel, when you said that it looked like fish was jumping out, when I watched it, it did. That was weird. It did. The way that the water was coming out, it did look like there was fish coming out. And it's like, my gosh, it's not that kind of waterfall. Where are they coming out of? Were you manifesting them? Yes, I love koi ponds. Koi ponds are beautiful. Okay, you guys have any questions? Type them in now, because we got 2 minutes. Trying to keep these at an hour. So what do you guys think? You like this better format, soothing, comfortable, more relaxed, more pleasant to look at? Oh my God. You want to go take a ride in your spaceship, don't you? Well, Mel will have to do that in meditation. We'll all go for a ride in Bob's spaceship. You prefer old format yourself. Are you talking in the chat, Mel Bell, or are you talking to me? Oh, I'm too small. I'm too small? If I make myself bigger, the pixelation. Oh, I stretch it out. Let's see, I can do this. You see how it pixelates? And I wanted you guys to see the waterfall, so I made myself smaller. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm back on the wall. Yeah, it does. It pixelates too much. My camera is very, very sensitive, and it picks up everything. It's even in my hair, and it's like, what? I don't know. Over time. But I do like it that it's blending better with the fence, and my owl looks good. Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, this is it for my live stream on Dreamwork. You know, please like, share, and subscribe, guys. Hit the bell for notifications so you can see whenever I'm going to go live, because you never know when I'm going to do it. I'm having a really good time. I'm enjoying everybody. Thank you so much for coming. Peace. I'll talk to you guys soon.